Hi guys, teacher Jami here. Today we're gonna learn about the present simple. We use the simple present to talk about habits and routines. For example, Jami walks in the park every day. So the present simple or simple present is the easiest tense, and this is how it's formed. The affirmative or positive will be I play, you play, he, she, it plays, we play, they play. The negative, I don't play, you don't play, he, she, it doesn't play, we don't play, they don't play. And the interrogative or question, do I play? Do you play? Does he, she, it play? Do we play? Do they play? So we only change the form for the third person singular. For example, he, she, it, and we do this by adding s. Many verbs that end in y are changed to ie, followed by adding the s. For example, tries, cries, etc. If we have a verb that ends in os, z, x, or sh, sh, or ch, we add es, like goes, watches, does, and we have to do the same with the question and negative forms as well. But this time we don't add s to the verb, but to the auxiliary do. So it becomes does and doesn't. Now we look at the present simple tense and how to change the form of the verb to suit what we're starting with. So we have I, you, we, or they. Say that the verb that we're talking about is to live. We'll say I live, you live, we live, they live. And then we can add something like in Colombia. So we'll say I live in Colombia. You live in Colombia, we live in Colombia, they live in Colombia. So it's all pretty straightforward, but when we get down to third person, it changes. So if we're starting with the pronoun he, she, or it, or someone's name, a proper noun there. Then we need to add either an s at the end or an es, depending on what the verb ends with. So you could say she lives in Colombia, he lives with a dog, she lives at home, etc. Uses for the present simple tense. Number one, when something is true in the present. So an example here will be, I live in Canada. And for the third person, we add an S. We can say, she lives in Canada. The second use is to show habits or routines. For example, I go to work every weekday. And for a third person, we need to change the pronoun. And go will have an es at the end to make it goes. He goes to work every day. The third use is to show facts and truths. So an example for this will be water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And another use for present simple tense is to show fixed future events. So an example here is I fly to Colombia tomorrow. Because fly ends with a Y, we need to change the Y to an I before adding ES for the third person sentence. So you can say, she flies, FLIES, to Colombia tomorrow.